Hi everyone, my name is Heidi Singfield and I'm here with Ruby today because we're going to do a yoga practice to help alleviate some of the anxiety that so many of us are feeling right now. And I must say it's a very normal response to what's been happening in our lives. I would love it if you had a nice quiet place to practice today. If you don't, do your best, because I started doing yoga almost 30 years ago, and where I started was in my bathroom late at night because the house was stuffed with kids and my husband. So when everybody went to bed, I did all my poses between the bathtub and the door of the bathroom. So any place can work. It is good if you have a yoga mat and a blanket. I would love it, but if you don't, we'll work with that too. One of my favorite quotes is by a psychotherapist, Nathaniel Brandon, who said that the first step to change is awareness. So if you're on this video or looking at this video, you are aware of your anxiety. A lot of times early on when I started doing yoga, I didn't know I was anxious. I just was angry and unsettled. So if you can name the anxiety, that is a great step. So, and in yoga, one of the things that I find the most useful when I'm feeling anxious is to tune into my breath. Most of us, when we get anxious, start to breathe very shallowly. We're breathing in our chest, not our belly. And if we can deepen our breath and be consistent with that as we go through our day, that'll go a long way to dissipating your anxiety. So let's start. I'm sorry I don't have my videographer with me today, so you'll have to kind of bear with this, but I'm going to move back here. Come on, Ruby, let's go back here, yeah. And we're going to start by coming down onto our back. So go ahead and come down onto your back. If you have a blanket, put that underneath your head, because that will really help release any stress that you have on your neck. And of course, the neck and shoulders are some of the first places that we start to feel our stress. You can keep your knees bent, or you can straighten your legs out, whatever works best for you. And Ruby likes it because she likes to settle in between my legs, don't you, Ruby? And, you know, as many of you know, dogs are one of the best anxiety relievers around, so I like to have her near me as much as I can right now. Go ahead and let your eyes go closed and just take your hands palms down on either side of your belly button, so your fingertips are touching right on your belly button. And then go ahead and take the biggest inhale you've taken all day through your nose. See if you can let it go all the way down to the bottom of your belly. And then on the exhale, sigh it all out through your mouth with a big ha if you can. Let's do a couple more like that. Big inhale. And also let your eyes go closed as much as you can during this practice. That's a really good way to soothe yourself. And go ahead, take a big inhale and sigh it out. And then go ahead, another big inhale, and sigh it out. See if with each exhale during this practice you can just allow yourself to relax a little bit more. Let your body release down onto the earth. Earth, very grounding right now. There's a lot of grounding available to you and right now in this time, and a nice way to use it is to just really feel yourself sink into the earth here. And now that Ruby's relaxing on me, I don't want to move, but Ruby, I'm going to move. You're a good girl. So On the next inhale, let's just take our knees into our chest. Pull your knees in. You can roll around a little bit on your lower back. Lower back is another area where we have a lot of stress that we hold. And just do some little circles on your lower back. And then on the inhale, take your arms straight out from your shoulders. And exhale, let your knees fall over to the right. And if you have, if your neck feels okay, you can go ahead and look to the left. And then again, close your eyes. Let's inhale. Big, big breath all the way into the left side of your body. You'll probably feel this a little bit in the left hip. If it's too strong, you can back off a little bit, open up your knees a bit more. Couple more breaths in here. Still exhaling through your mouth. In a moment, we're going to transition, so we're inhaling and exhaling out through our nose. But for now, let's just take another deep inhale. On the exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. And then inhale, bring your knees back to center. Oh, it's okay, Ruby. And we're going to exhale, knees over to the left. You can see Ruby really likes to snuggle, and that's a great thing right now, to snuggle. If you have somebody available or some animal to snuggle with. We're going to inhale here and exhale, look over your right arm. Again, big inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Another one like that. And then inhale back to center. We're going to take our hands underneath our knees, tuck our chin, and we're going to roll a little bit. So we're going to inhale, roll up, and maybe balance there. And then exhale, come back, inhale, exhale. And one more time, inhale. This time we're going to come all the way up, come over, and come into tabletop pose. We'll move our blanket off to the side. Let's see, Ruby, you can stay there. That's okay. And we're going to do some cat cowing. So let's spread our fingertips really wide here. And you want your hands right underneath your shoulders and your knees right underneath your hips. So also think about pressing down through your finger joints and maybe having a little, like kind of like you're a cat kneading your mouth. Kind of claw back a little bit with your fingertips. And we're going to inhale, coming into cat. And exhale, release your belly button down towards the mat, look up. Inhale. And exhale, belly button down, looking up. And then one more time, inhale. And then exhale back to your neutral spine. Which neutral, we don't mean flat. We mean you want to have a little bit of that curve in your lower back. The top of your head is reaching out towards the front of the mat. And we're going to do just one more little bit of opening of the shoulders. Again, the shoulders and the neck are the place where we hold a lot of tension. So we're going to inhale our right arm up and exhale, weave it through our left arm and come down onto our right shoulder on the right side of our skull. You can inhale and take your arm forward here if that's not too much strain on your right shoulder. Inhale again. This time we're going to inhale and exhale out through our nose. So inhale through your nose and exhale out through your nose, releasing your shoulder every time you exhale, just a little bit more. If it hurts, don't do it, back off a little bit, but give it just enough so that you feel an opening in your right shoulder. And then on the next exhale, we're going to draw that right arm back through we're gonna come back into tabletop. Inhale, take the left arm up, and exhale, and come on down onto the left shoulder, left side of your skull. Right arm can go forward. Take several breaths here. Let's take 3 breaths here. In and out through your nose. You can get that nice, in yoga we call it the Ujjayi breath, and it's where you're breathing on the in and out, almost like it sounds like an ocean wave. So see if you can imagine that as you breathe in and out. And then on the next inhale, walk your right hand back. Left arm comes back into tabletop. We're going to walk forward. I guess Ruby didn't want to do an active practice today. I guess she's over by the fireplace on the other side of the room, which is a good idea. Let's inhale here. On the exhale, tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog. Let's just walk our heels out a little bit here. And I want to say one thing about this stressful time in our lives is it's really not a time to press yourself. We have enough pressing going on with the stress and anxiety that's happening. So be gentle with yourself here. Let's just pause in our downward facing dog. Think about pushing back with the palm of your hands, drawing your shoulders in, or your arms into your shoulder blades. Take a breath here. This is a time to be really gentle with yourself. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Inhale, and then on the exhale, look forward and walk your feet up to the top of the mat. It might look like, for some of us, several little steps coming up to the top of the mat. We want to inhale, look forward, and exhale, release our head, the top of our head down towards the mat. If it works for you, you can take a hold of opposite elbows. Take a few breaths here. One of my first yoga teachers told me if you could only do one pose every day, that this forward fold is supposed to do. It's anxiety relieving, it's soothing. Bend your knees a little if you need to. You don't want to lock your knees here, or ever in yoga. And then on the exhale, release your hands. Inhale, come forward. Always have your hands grounded. Maybe you're not going all the way down to the mat. Have them grounded somewhere on your legs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. And then inhale, come all the way up. You're going to circle your arms. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a minute here, kind of shake it out, and let your chin fall down towards your chest. Take a moment and see if you can bring one thing you're grateful for into your heart center. Feel your heart beating. It's raining here today, so I can hear the rain coming down outside my window. Inhale again. Exhale, release your arms. And we're going to do some standing practices here. First, I'd like to talk a bit about our feet. So let's bring our feet together. Bring your big toe joint together, and then align your feet so the outside edges of your feet are straight. And I want you to pick up each of your toes if you can, and just put them down. Maybe put them down, press them down into the mat. And then we're going to think about balancing our weight on our feet. So press into that big toe mound, into your little toe, into the middle of your, the inside edge of your heel, and then into the outside edge. And see if you can balance those 4 places so you're really feeling yourself grounding down into the earth. Take your palms and face them forward. This is a mountain pose. See if you can lift up from the back of your neck up to the sky. This is a great pose for stability. And then I want you to think, so, we talked about the breath. The other part of yoga that's really useful for alleviating anxiety is grounding down through your feet. Feeling the earth under your feet. And I like to do a little exercise where you think about roots growing down into the earth, all the way down through the earth, down to the center of the earth, and then those roots just wrapping around the very center of the earth so you're connected all the way down. This is something when you find yourself floating off, freaking out, whatever you want to say, do a little exercise of growing your roots down to the center of the earth. That will really help. So let's do a few standing poses. Let's come to the front of our mat. Still holding that very grounded feeling through our feet. Lift up through the top of our head. We're going to inhale, circle our arms all the way up, and you can even take a little back bend here if that feels okay on your lower back. And then exhale, we're going to fold all the way forward. Inhale, look forward, and then exhale, step back into plank pose. Now, if this feels like much of a challenge for you, just come down onto your knees. Inhale, look forward. On the exhale, bend your elbows, bringing your chest down to the earth. Inhale, look up, and exhale, back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Take a big inhale. Remember to breathe. And exhale. Let's inhale. We're going to take our right foot up to the sky. Inhale and exhale. Step one foot forward so you're into a lunge here. Move the left foot over to the left a little bit. Now you can also do this down on your back knee. Let's inhale and bring ourselves up into crescent lunge here. Take a big breath. If it's too much to be up on your toes of your back foot, go ahead and set your foot down, and we're all going to do that in a minute anyway. We're going to turn that foot over to the left. Inhale and exhale, coming into Warrior Two. Now, Warrior Two is another really good grounding pose. So you want to push your feet apart here. You want to open up your chest. Continue to think of your breath opening up your rib cage here. Gaze is steady and over your right arm. And this is something you can do. Let's just say maybe you live with somebody that's irritating you at some point. Go into maybe the bathroom and do this pose. And I like this one where you go like this. Come on. You're just really solid in yourself here. And you're open and solid and grounded. On the next exhale, we're going to take our left arm over near to our left ear. Right arm comes down, right elbows on your front knee. Side angle pose, and then just go ahead and open up to the sky. So we're continuing to feel our feet, push our feet apart, feel that grounding, but open in the heart. And then on the next inhale, come up. Exhale, windmill your arms around and come back into plank pose or plank on your knees. Inhale, exhale, heart down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Again, big inhale here, big sigh out. Next inhale, take your left leg up. On the exhale, step it forward. And we're going to come into crescent lunge again. If this is challenging, that's good. But like I said, you can do this down on your back knee too, if that's more stable for you. Inhale. And oh, the other thing is, just smiling can do a lot to alleviate your anxiety, even if you're faking it. So maybe a big smile here. And then on the exhale, plant your back foot. Inhale, arms come out, coming back into warrior two on this side. Sometimes it's good to, I got this, or no. This is a good pose to kind of bring yourself back into yourself. What's going on with you? Push your feet apart. Feel those roots wrapped around the earth center. And then on the next exhale, left elbow comes to left knee, right arm goes up. You can look up towards the sky. Take a couple of breaths here. And then inhale, pushing your feet apart. Exhale, windmill down. And let's just come right back in to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. And on the next exhale, go ahead and bend your knees and just walk your feet forward. Keep walking and come back down to be seated on the mat. Let's inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward, let our head fall down towards our knee. See if you can keep your belly pulling forward here and your back in a neutral position. You may just go this far with it. You may go like this. You may be able to wrap your hands around your feet. When you've gone as far as you can go here, inhale, and then exhale, release your head down towards your knees. Inhale, open up your back, breathe into your back. Exhale, release your head down towards your knees. Another forward fold, another anxiety relieving pose. And then let's inhale. On the exhale, come all the way back down onto your back. And let our knees fall apart. Put our feet together here. And allow your hips to open. Just allow here. Feel yourself on the earth. You're supported. You're held. And then inhale. Your knees back together. We're going to separate our feet. We're just going to do a tiny back bends. Back bends can really raise your energy level, but they can, they're not the best poses if you're feeling anxious, but I want to just move our spine in that direction before we end today. So arms go down by your side, palms are flat on the mat, knees are bent, and then just walk your feet in towards your butt. And We're going to tuck our chin and we're going to inhale, lift our legs, our belly up. Take a few breaths here. If you'd like, you can walk your shoulders towards each other and clasp your hands underneath. Let your eyes go closed for a moment. Inhale and exhale, release. And then let's go ahead and just roll up one more time. I'm going to do one more twist. Let's straighten out your left leg. Take your right foot over your left leg by the left knee. Take your left arm, wrap it around your right knee or hold on to it with your hands. Take your right arm behind, right up against your spine with your fingertips pointing out, palm flat on the mat. Let's inhale here, lengthen our spine. Exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And then let's inhale back to center. Straighten out that right leg. Take the left foot over the right knee. And wrap your right arm or hand. Take your left arm right up against your spine. We're going to inhale here. That hurts. And if it hurts, don't do it. If you're feeling, too much of a stretch in here, back off. Inhale up your spine. Exhale, twist right around your belly button. Inhale up your spine. And then exhale, twist a little bit more. One more time. Inhale and exhale, twist. On the next inhale, come all the way around. And we're going into my favorite part of a yoga practice, which is Shavasana. You can grab your blanket. It's really nice to have your head raised up a little bit, again, to support your neck. And then come on down. And let's do one more. This is one of my most favorite yoga poses, which is called Happy Baby. So take your arms on the inside of your arches of your feet, bend your knees, and then on the inhale, take your feet flat up towards the sky, and then just pull back gently down towards the earth. Just roll out your lower spine a little bit. Go ahead and let your eyes go closed. And then release your legs. If it's comfortable for you to rest with your legs straight out, that's great. Let your feet fall apart. Let your palms be down, grounding yourself. And then go ahead and, if you'd like, the other thing is if your back feels bad when your legs are straight, go ahead and just take your knees together, kind of like your little house of cards, and let your knees rest together. Again, close your eyes. Let's take a few deep breaths here. So really big inhale through your nose. And big exhale out through your mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And on the exhale, just allow everything to fall down onto your mat. Stay right there. I'm going to read you a quote that I really like from the Dalai Lama. And what he says is, if a problem is fixable, if a situation is that you can do something about it, then there's no need to worry. If it's not fixable, there is no help in worrying. There is no benefit in worrying whatsoever. So thank you so much for joining me today. You can stay in your Shavasana as long as you're able or would like. I really appreciate your being here. Namaste.